And we are live, yeah.
Hello, world.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Evening Drama. My name is George Wong. I'll be your host today.
What is like a pseudo hourglass situation?
Today, we have with us Mr. Lee Singyip from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and Christin Chong from San
What's up with the
Francisco.
low energy? Low energy for.
I don't know, trying out something new. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't hate it, but I feel like it doesn't match the mood.
No, it doesn't.
It's too like calm,
Yeah, very
whereas
calm.
way chaotic.
What up, Elvin? Wow, you're the first to tune in today.
What up? What up?
What up, what up, what up?
I feel like what I've been doing lately is just like looking at our chat log for topic lists.
Uh
It's
huh.
essentially just elaborations of what we send each other throughout the week.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I
I hope
haven't
everyone
even
has
been
that.
like filling it up either.
Mm-hmm.
Cause, well, I mean, so this whole week I've been working. Well, I mean, everyone's been
Mm-hmm.
working, but I've been working for the past few weekends, and well,
Mm-hmm.
because of tournaments that have been going on, I have to watch and write coverage. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been busy with that. Yeah. So in fact, right now there's a match that's still going on because the other
Oh.
matches like took a long time. That's the thing with esports, right? There's no fixed schedule and there's no like
Mm-hmm.
time limit per match. So some
Mm.
matches can go over an hour, some finish in 20 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard to like have a fixed schedule. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, would things change if there is a time limit? I'm thinking that'd be super lame if people get cut off because
I mean,
they couldn't
like
make us in.
they could like I guess it wouldn't be as exciting like if there was like artificial time limit maybe
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, let's say after 60 minutes then first to get a kill
Mm-hmm.
wins or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but and I mean it would change how the game is played, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strategically for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, in the US, there's some like American football is very unpredictable in time because there's like timeouts and sometimes you can take a really long timeout and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So what they do is they insert ads like and
Okay.
they are like variable so that the duration of the program is always the same. It's just you get more ads or less ads.
Ah, right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing
Yeah.
about like esports as well cuz it's on like internet TV, right? So
Mm-hmm.
usually there's no fixed time slot
Mm-hmm.
and like things can end when they end or and so on.
Yeah.
Whereas on
Mm-hmm.
traditional TV, you will need to fill up the time in between this program and the next if it ends early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Cricket
that's
matches also take a really long time.
Yeah.
but they only have like sandwich time and other things or something. I have rudimentary understanding of cricket.
Okay. Alvin said, "How's everyone's weekend been? I'll be here to let you bounce off me for chat ideas. Why is Singap so
Oh, that's
quiet?"
so sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, well, my weekend has just started with this, so there's not much to report.
Yeah. So it's like
Uh,
what 3 a.m. now? Is it?
no. It's a very reasonable time for me. It's 7 a.m.
Oh, it's 7
So
a.m.
like
now.
sun is coming up. Yeah. So this time works much better for me because I get to sleep in a little bit more. Yeah.
I thought before this you were
Uh,
waking up at like 4, right?
yeah,
It's
but
because
because
we
of
did it at
daylight
like
saving.
8 p.m.
Hmm.
Ah, right. Okay. Okay. I see.
Hmm.
So this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this week I've been chaotically busy too. Because of the tea business stuff and like some of my daytime consulting work. Hence, I feel like it's just like my room is an indication of my mind. Like this is the state of things right now. It's like a complete mess. um, yeah, and then like this on the side here you can see like undone dishes and all of that too. But I feel like that's just how I am. I go through like it's sort of like I'm being like more productive in this sense, but also like things get like the
I mean, it
maintenance
looks
tasks
like
don't
you're
get done.
moving.
Yeah. It's because I'm trying to put things into these new boxes that I got. That maybe I'll show you guys one of them. So it doesn't really work yet because I haven't been good about actually finishing my task. Oh gosh, so much stuff. So they're kind of like shoe boxes with like
Oh,
this is a super like a Shopee type thing, you know? Like I'm pretty sure like, this is from Alibaba. But I have a little window in there. So I've been playing a lot of Valheim, right? So in the game Valheim, you spend most of your time, even though it's a Viking survival game, you spend most of your time organizing because you get so much inventory that you end up just like making chests and organizing your chests and whatnot. So this is like a real life edition of it. So I thought, oh, I could put these like in random like non-functional spaces in this home because it's a studio apartment. So there's like not actually that much closet space, but there's like little nooks and crannies. So I thought I can make stacks of these, and they're
are they
cheaper
cheap?
than plastic ones.
That's a nice
Well,
looking box though.
so it's like a yeah. So it's not like dirt cheap. It's still like $3 for each box.
That's
all good.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like cheaper than like the same thing with that's like those plastic Rubbermaid drawers or whatever.
I think this looks a lot better too.
Oh, I'm glad you think so, because I thought so, but I was like, my design aesthetic is so poor, I have no idea whether this actually looks nicer or not.
I mean, some of those plastic boxes look very tacky. I mean, because they're not
Yeah.
designed to look good, it's just like for you to organize stuff. But this one actually looks decent.
Yeah. Right. So like a lot of the reviews are from people with like a billion shoes. You know, like not like even women. These are
Oh.
like the dudes with the the sneaker heads.
Yeah.
Love these.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Makes
because there's a
sense.
window for it too.
Yeah, you
right.
can see.
Yeah. Oh wow, I'm super laggy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're moving around like a robot.
I'm watching a boomerang.
No. Singim and I don't play Valheim, but Christin does. Are you saying anything, Christin? Oh.
I guess you can't hear us. Whoa.
Oh my god.
trippy.
She looks like a possessed. Make a clip of that. Yeah, she's lagging. So how's your weekend been, Singip?
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do anything interesting?
I did some work.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, I saw on Instagram someone went and lined up for that ramen place. And then the
right, the 163
verdict
one.
at the end was not worth the wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I saw a video of this Japanese woman who went for it,
Uh-huh.
and she said it's really good.
Oh. I guess
Yeah.
it's personal.
Yeah. I would give more credibility to the Japanese person. I mean, it's like you go overseas and then you eat like a nasi lemak, right? And then as a Malaysian, you should know what nasi lemak, like what good nasi lemak tastes like, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I guess maybe it can taste authentic, but doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah.
Because I guess people have preference for nasi lemak too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, people have preference for ramen too as well. Like,
Yeah.
maybe
I
she-
guess like I mean,
she
so my
likes
point
it
is
really light.
maybe she
right?
knows like what ramen like that she likes, you know, should taste like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to go to CU? What is CU?
Oh, it's the new Korean convenience store.
I have no idea. I only know of that Don Doki.
No, because
Doki Don, whatever that.
no,
Lot
this
10
this is Japanese
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I never heard of.
No.
CU.
So Family Mart is like super popular in Japan, right? It's like
Mhm.
their convenience store.
Uh-huh.
So CU is like the Korean version.
Okay.
So I guess they're trying to make it a thing here.
Never heard of it.
It's in one with Tama, I think.
Has there been a lot of hype about it?
I saw some people posting it, but I don't know about the hype though.
Okay.
I don't know why people queue for convenience store.
People use a queue for Family Mart. I think you.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like why?
Right. I don't know, man.
It's not very convenient to queue.
Oh, Edmonds is center point.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Centerpoint.
Well, I guess Centerpoint's kind of dying anyway. So
Maybe that's what they need.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Is it dying? Like, whenever I drive past, it's always like packed. You know, like
Is
there's
it?
so many cars there. I mean, I don't know what's inside. I haven't been inside, but from the outside, it looks
Okay.
like there's a lot of people who go.
Yeah. I mean, I went
I guess if
there.
you stay in BU, then
Yeah, sure.
that's where you go to hang out.
I mean, you
so.
go there for McDonald's and some other restaurants. But I was there, I don't know, a few years ago, and it was dead. Like there was nobody.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
I don't know what's inside now. I know there was a supermarket,
Ugh.
and then was it Champs was there also? I think. Like people seem to like Champs a lot.
Oh wait, this mod's really good.
What's the difference? Can you tell?
The firing is much faster than mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yours was also single, right?
Yeah. Then I don't know. It fires faster. But yeah, I've just been
And they
like,
open.
swapping.
Oh, isn't it just easier for you to put the other tank on it?
No, like so I don't have the battery charger, right? So when I run out of battery, I just charge it, unscrew the tank, and put it on the one that's charged.
Oh,
If not, I have no way to charge the batteries.
yeah. So they opened Taco Bell in Cyberjaya.
Oh yeah, I saw on Instagram as well. Opening soon.
Yeah, so people lining up for that shit.
What? I think Fuad from Kyoto Protocol. He was invited
Oh.
for pre-opening tasting. Yeah.
Are we allowed to go Cyberjaya?
We can travel into the district, what? We just can't
No,
go.
they said something about like you can't go Putrajaya apparently.
Oh really?
That one you need permission. But I don't know if they cover Cyberjaya. But I guess not if if people are going there.
Maybe only people living there are going there.
There's a lot of people then.
Such a stupid location. Yeah, well, I guess it's cheap there.
I think their second location is in Bangsa.
Hmm. You think it's one of Kenjay's shop lots? George,
I don't
am
know.
I in a different time zone? What? Why are you asking that, admin? Looks like morning.
Oh.
It's just the lights. Yeah, let me.
Yeah, it looks like morning. Looks very convincing.
Play with the lights. So tell us your review of World of Demons.
Oh. I don't know. I played the first mission only. I haven't gotten very far.
Oh, why didn't you
But-
continue?
The controls make me kind of like give me a headache.
The controls?
Yeah.
How do the controls give you a headache?
Like it's like one of those like 3D style games, you know. So you have to like pan around and like look for enemies
Uh-huh.
when you're fighting.
Yeah.
So yeah. I feel like after a while like it gave me a bit of headache.
Oh, okay. But the trailer looks so cool though. I wish it was on PC.
Oh yeah, it's I mean when you do boss fights and it's like one-on-one fights, it's fine. It's quite fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I don't know, it's kind of easy, but this is just the first mission, so I guess it's meant to be easy.
Yeah. Usually first
Yeah,
mission
but-
is like tutorial.
Yeah, I mean this one you have to play a tutorial first before you start the mission, so
Okay.
but I don't know, so far it's not very complex. So
I mean, usually mobile games, especially when they're not full of microtransactions, they're usually simpler. You know those
That's
free-to-play games? Like, every time you log in, there's a little red dot on everything you have to press.
to get all like your coins,
Yeah,
like your coins for the day and stuff.
exactly. And then,
Also, there's this new game. I don't know how new it is, but it's by the Final Fantasy creators.
Uh-huh.
Look, it looks really nice.
What is it?
It's an RPG, I guess.
Okay.
It's called wow, it got 5. Okay, never mind. I saw it got 5 stars,
Uh-huh.
but it's based on 1 rating.
Oh, no one bought it yet. I think because yesterday.
Oh, it's free. It's free.
Oh.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's under Apple Arcade, so you don't have to buy it. It's called Fantasian.
Ah, right. Yeah, it was in the press release yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Apple Arcade added 30 new games.
I haven't checked out the games in a while. Oh yeah, that's right. They added some like those classic mobile games like Cut the Rope
Yeah, Cut the Rope remastered.
and Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja classic.
Oh, I haven't played Fruit Ninja in a long time.
Remember last time we used to play on Alvin's iPhone, the helicopter game?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's Monument Valley too. Okay. All these games I paid money for,
Yeah, well,
and they got threes also.
good game.
What's the in-app purchase for threes?
Remove ads, I think.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But I think on iOS it was a paid game, and then on Android you could get it free and pay to remove ads, if I'm not mistaken. But I got it from the Amazon App Store last time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do people still use the Amazon App Store?
I don't use it anymore. But
Actually, a lot of games on Apple Arcade. I should check it out.
Huh.
But sometimes it's so hard to start. Like you play a bit, and then you're like, it doesn't really capture your attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, then you can just move on to another game, right?
Oh, but then like I feel like then I have to go through the process again.
Do you like hard games?
I like games that are challenging, but
Mhm.
not like hard for the sake of being hard.
Oh yeah, super challenging games. You should try Hollow
Yeah.
Knight. It's really good.
Oh,
Yeah. I recently finished it.
I keep wanting to buy Cuphead, but then I'm like,
Cuphead.
what if I don't like it?
I don't know.
I want to like it, but then I don't know.
You might like it. Cuphead is quite
Yeah, I
challenging.
mean, it looks
too.
like a game I would like, but then what if I don't like it?
Yeah. My thing about Cuphead is not so much platforming, more of a like boss rush. Like you just fight a lot of bosses.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, right? I don't know.
It depends what you like lah. Like I like platforming games more. Cause boss fights are like
I mean, it depends. Like what's
difficult.
what's it called? Like Contra,
Uh-huh.
and then you get to pick up like different weapons along the way,
Yeah.
and then after that it becomes like so chaotic, and then you just jumping around and shooting everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are quite fun. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy those kind of games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or like even Metal Slug.
Oh yeah, Metal Slug. You can pick them up on Steam. They're really cheap all the time.
I don't know, like some of them release on mobile, and I think like, that's such a good way to play it. But then usually the mobile version is like really shitty. I guess it's the controls thing. Like you play on the touch screen versus like a physical controller.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I mean, this iPhone support controllers.
Yeah, you can pair with officially. You can pair like with PS and Xbox controllers.
Okay, yeah. Then,
Yeah.
but I guess not all games support it.
Yeah, then you have to find games that actually support it.
Yeah.
Not like the button mapping is like all wrong.
Uh-huh. Do you feel sad we didn't have dinner this weekend?
No?
Oh,
I mean the week's not yet over.
that is true. Maybe we can meet tomorrow for lunch or something.
Taco Bell.
No. Drive all the way. Drive 1 hour to get diarrhea. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
get diarrhea.
That's what I hear all the time when people say they eat Taco Bell, they get diarrhea.
I don't know. I was first introduced in Singapore like
Uh-huh.
like how old was I? It's like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really good then. I think that was like my first, my first Mexican taste of Mexican food, or like Mexican food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was like so amazing.
Oh, I don't know. Until now, I haven't had Taco Bell.
But that was then. I mean, I guess I didn't really know what to expect, and then they give you like a beef and like cheese and like a shell, like a
Mhm.
taco shell. I mean, like what's not to like, beef and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can't really go wrong, I guess.
I guess so. I finally finished Wild Sheep Chase, the book
What's that?
by Murakami.
Oh,
Yeah. This, I don't know, the conclusion left me with more questions than answers.
isn't that good?
I had to like Google the meaning of it, and like there's nothing concrete, just theories by people.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I haven't read it, so I don't know what the
I
ending
mean,
is like.
kind of reminded me of like school, when you have to understand a story as opposed to just absorb it and enjoy it.
I mean, you can choose to just like ignore it, like like, oh, is there a deeper meaning to this? What does it mean?
I don't know, cause it leaves
And just
so many
enjoy
questions.
you can just enjoy the journey, like that it took you
Yeah.
on.
I mean, cause at the
Like,
start it's like quite normal, and then it
Mm.
goes into kind of surreal,
yeah,
and then at the end he speaks to a ghost, or at least
okay. Oh,
something
you
that
just ruin it
appears
for
to be a
everybody.
ghost. This is such an old book, doesn't matter. So you're like left wondering, like, what was this like even a real like mission in the first place? Yeah. So anyway, the title comes from the story where he's this guy, the author, the writer, it's in first person lah. He was paid to go hunt this sheep, mysterious sheep that's been seen in like some photographs. And
Oh, it's like a play on Wild Goose Chase.
yeah,
Alright.
and so like he travels to to the mountains of Japan to look for the sheep lah, and that's like I won't go into any more detail, but yeah, and so I don't know, it was like very like it started off like a very cool detective story, but then by the end it was like kind of messy and all. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi,
I mean, I guess
Christin.
that's one of the problems with long books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Like
or
I've been
maybe it's
reading
just me
like
not getting it, you know.
I don't think so. I mean, or maybe we are both stupid. I mean, like reading like Neil Gaiman's like short stories,
Yeah.
and some of them like end very abruptly and like very leaves you with more questions,
Uh-huh.
and it makes you want to be like, oh, what happened next,
Yeah.
But I think like instead of being frustrated, just enjoy the journey that he took you on, and then I guess it's a good story if it leaves you wanting more.
I don't know, see, that's the thing. I don't know whether it's a technique or it's something that people get away with because they're famous. Like if a, student handed in a story that had no proper ending, like you would think it was a shitty story, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've just been...
Maybe because as a student, like they want you to know how to write like a proper conclusion.
Yeah,
It's like learning the rules before you break them.
yeah.
So like if as a student they assume you don't know the rules, right? So you shouldn't like go breaking them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Kristen.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my computer is still scanning for malware, so I'm doing this on my phone.
Okay.
I think there is something wrong because I restarted and it was still super slow. I checked the CPU. Something is using up a lot of CPU,
Okay.
so nothing else can run.
What have you been downloading?
And then this malware scan. I know, right? So I think I downloaded some weird font, and now I'm like, oh no, there's something wrong with it. No, because I needed it for my business, and I was like, yes, I need this free font. Okay, yeah, this is a classic.
You have to get
problem.
it from like legit
So-
websites, like Da Font.
I know. I was very desperate. Because I was like, oh, really need this font, and it was a Chinese font. I know this is going down like, well, don't know,
Oh
duh.
yeah,
Like,
it's definitely spyware.
yeah, and I thought, oh, I'm on a Mac, it should be okay, and I don't think.
What are you using to
But
scan?
I don't know. I'm using Clean My Mac.
Oh,
Max
okay.
10.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay, right? It's not like
Yeah.
I'm not using like MacKeeper Pro. It's causing more problems.
I
Yeah, but the thing is, usually it
normally
doesn't
I mean for
respond to
PC I
scan.
use C cleaner.
No,
Mhm.
don't use CC
Yeah, I remember
Cleaner.
using.
Why?
It's supposed to be full of malware.
Is it?
If I'm not mistaken,
That's the problem
like,
with
it
a lot
got
of these
brought
things.
over by like some Chinese company or something.
Oh, I mean, I haven't used it in a long time, but the last time I had to do it, I used it.
Everyone recommends Malwarebytes.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah, for PC lah. I don't know about Mac.
but yeah, Clean My Mac is
CMIL.
like quite. Do you buy the subscription?
I do. I paid for it a long time ago. It's one of the few software I pay for because I think it is very well done.
Yeah,
Because besides the cleaning stuff, they also have other tools like Big File Finder, which is my problem. I never have enough disk space.
Oh.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Well, what were you guys talking about when it comes to ending a story? Were you talking about writing prompts or just in general?
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I was just telling Singip I finished reading Wild Sheep Chase,
Oh,
and
what? Is
the
that how you
end
felt?
the end left me with more questions.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and like I felt it was very weird lah because it started off like
Mhm.
quite like down to earth, grounded, and then it
Mhm.
became surreal, and then by the end
Mhm.
he was like speaking to a ghost. So
Mhm.
it was very strange, and I didn't understand the meaning of the story. Like I didn't know like
Mhm.
if there were parts that were real or fake or whatnot. Yeah, so
Mhm.
we were just talking about like people who don't end stories like the typical way. Do they get away
Mhm.
with it because they're big?
Oh, probably. I feel like once you're famous enough, you can get away with writing
Right?
poorly structured stories. No, like that's how I feel after reading every Murakami book. It's like, okay, like that was weird.
I
Like,
mean,
and I don't
I
know
think
whether
this
he's
was
doing it
like the
on
worst one
purpose.
so far. As in terms of the
Oh yeah,
end.
because
Yeah.
I think you picked. Did you read Norwegian Wood or something?
Yeah, I did.
Uh, yeah, because I remember when you were telling me which ones you picked, I was thinking, ooh, George is picking the most narrative-driven ones.
Uh-huh.
But when he gets to the other ones, he's gonna be disappointed.
uh,
Actually, I thought, but I didn't want to spoil you.
it's okay, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can deal with this problem with our own writing prompts as well. I feel like ending a story is the hardest part
Hmm.
yeah.
in a satisfying way.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like writing a joke. By the way, Singip, your latest story was good. It
Oh,
was like a
Hmm.
joke. Like, the
yeah.
punchline.
A very well written one.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. I would say it's your best work technically so far.
Oh, okay.
I was yeah. In terms of like plot, I like some of the other ones better, but in terms of like the virtuoso pulling off this kind of like structure was very good,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
mixing in awkward with compliment. We should have like a bingo board. Like
Did you submit yours this week,
me?
Yeah.
Kristen?
Mhm. I did. I did it earlier because I keep forgetting that we're doing on like this time, so I actually did it quite early. Mine
I'm
was only
looking.
dialogue based. I'm not sure if you guys read it.
Yeah, I read it already.
Oh, okay.
I haven't read it. I didn't know. The day I
It's okay.
opened Discord, there were like 100+ messages in this chat. I was like, what?
Oh, between me and Singing, what were we
Yeah,
talking about? We're talking about like 姜汁撞奶 and other things.
so many things. Like the
Oh, and
classic
you know what,
children
George? Like what
books.
you don't know is
Uh-huh.
that we moved to a different chat already. Like we actually we're like, oh, we shouldn't flood so many messages because George can never catch up. So we moved the cooking ones actually to a separate channel. This is only a fraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so we're going to talk about writing. So this week's writing prompt is sort of like you're gonna be obliterated and or existence of
I think you
yourself
didn't send
erased
it
and
in
then
this chat.
are you sure?
I
I
did.
sent it, but it was like way back when.
Way back.
Well, I cannot resend it right now because of a computer problem.
Because
But
it's.
you
I
can
mean, I scrolled all the way back until last week's call, and
um if you
you.
search for What was the phrase I used?
I only see you linked the getting cracked. Prepare for open heart surgery.
No, that's
Oh,
way before.
I just
It
linked
was
it.
more recent.
Oh, you just
Oh,
linked
okay.
it. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Mhm.
I'll pull it up on stream. Da, da, da.
Oh, I thought
It
you
has a
meant when you
very
submitted.
unsatisfying
Did
ending.
you submit it to Reddit?
Oh, me?
No, I mean I thought that's what he meant when he asked if you
No,
submitted
no.
it. Oh,
Oh no. I think he's just
well, I
saying
submitted
you to
mine
us.
and I got like no karma.
I'll give
Oh
you an upvote
no!
later.
The prompt is
Yeah.
too old by then.
Yeah.
What? It's saying that I have no malware. This is impossible. This computer's being so slow.
Are you running something else?
Probably like an app misbehaving or something. I
Yeah.
think you should try booting up
Just
in like safe mode and see if it helps.
yeah.
If it's fine in safe mode, then it's probably one of your startup apps.
Mhm. Let's see. I think I can like
Or it could be like
some launch agent.
it could be like a overheating thing. That's why like your computer's running slow.
That could be too. Like something is wrong with the charging because it's not getting enough power right now. It's drawing a lot of power. Watching me do this is not um intriguing stuff to watch for sure.
No, I'm reading your prompt.
I don't really see anything weird on it. That's more disconcerting is when like, you're using one of these apps to check and you don't see anything wrong, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish in Mac you can see what is using kernel tasks. I think it's actually not super easy to trace this.
Isn't
Seeing it
it
being
in
on
the task manager?
Yeah, but it's saying like the generic kernel task is using a lot of CPU.
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so it's not so obvious what is using a lot of CPU. So what I'm gonna do now is install a bunch of everything.
Me, it's Flash.
Maybe it's Flash, maybe it's well, not to spoil your story or anything. Something is haunting us.
Okay, do you want to talk about your story?
Oh, are you done reading it?
Yeah, I just finished.
Oh, okay. With a very unsatisfying ending. Um, so I came across a Reddit thread that talked about like it was like an Ask Reddit saying asking does anyone here feel like they are already dead? Kind of it's a
Mm.
very weird question.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked at it because it seemed interesting. And then it turns out there is this like biological phenomenon called Cotard syndrome,
Uh-huh.
which is not its own disease, but it's like dementia or like certain drugs can make you feel like you're already dead, or you're missing some body part, or you have no blood, or it could be the other way around where you think you're immortal, and it's like a delusional thing. So then I based my story based on that. It's like, I don't care about dying because I'm already dead, and you can't convince me I'm not already dead.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, the ending is just problematic because I wrote this on a whim and I didn't have an ending in mind when I was writing it. I was just trying to imagine how the dialogue would go. And so that led me to this, like, I don't know, pseudo philosophical but not really well done ending of like how like by not having the fear of death, you are actually better off than
Mm-hmm.
someone who isn't dead in a way, because now you're always scared that you might be dead. Yeah. But I felt like, okay, besides the flaw of the ending, oh yeah, oh, and then, so this is one of my least favorite kinds of ending structure, which is the whole, like, How I Met Your Mother kind of thing, where it's like, and that kid's How I Met Your Mother. So so this is sort of equivalent of like, and that kid is a story that I was told, like kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally hate that kind of ending, but yet I found myself doing it because I couldn't think of something better. And it doesn't work because I don't think I set up like that this person who's listening to this story is afraid of death. I think that's sort of implied, but it's not really clear. So if I had said that, actually, I think the execution is a tiny bit better. In retrospect, after I wrote it, I thought about it a bit more.
So I'm trying to figure out, is the dialogue the story the doctor told the person?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it something like that, or else I didn't know how to end the story.
I actually thought the ending
So
didn't really like gel with the rest of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if I was
maybe
I'm missing something, but then I'm not sure how like telling this story is supposed to help the guy move on though.
Exactly. And it wasn't because I never explained why the guy had problems moving on. I just kind of like jumped into it. Yeah. So I had like spent a little bit of more time saying that, oh, this person's afraid to move on because they're afraid of death. So therefore, the doctor told this person a story about someone who thinks they're already dead. Then I'm like, okay, there's a little bit more logic there, but I didn't actually establish that logic.
I see. Right.
Yeah. And also the other problem with these stories, since I've been trying to write more dialogue, is they all sound like me, Kristen talking to herself. Like, they don't sound like a third person or anything like that. So I think that can be improved. The embodying someone else in the way they talk part.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that for our next task. Like, write
Better dialogue.
Write a character that is clearly not us.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good one.
Right? Like,
really? Do my characters sound like me?
No, you're fine.
Your characters don't really talk. So you got away with it because you don't write dialogue very much.
I mean, like for George's like newer posts, like his newer writings. I think it's like they don't sound like him at all. Right? When we first doing this, like everything sounded like George.
Yes, they have improved.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the whole point of this exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then I also, in one of our bajillion chats, I linked a video that is about making lasagna. I know it's a bit of a random
right,
thing,
yeah.
but like, but I liked it because he talks. He's also a journalist and a writer, so he talks about how when he was filming it in the beginning, you see the two types of lasagnas he made, and he circles back to him eating those two lasagnas. And then he said, like, this is like a storytelling technique of like going back to where you started, like a circular story. So it's sort of like books like The Alchemist, like that kind of thing.
I haven't read The Alchemist.
Like,
is it worth reading?
Oh,
it's good.
No,
I want to hear this debate.
It's pseudo philosophical to the max, but.
I mean, I hear a lot of people say it's
read.
good.
It's good. It's good.
But I haven't read it myself, so.
It's very okay. Fine. I guess it's very philosophical and kind of abstract, but then those are like that's my kind of style. I like that kind of style. So.
But like Neil Gaiman and people like that do it so much better. I was surprised that you liked it.
I mean, like this was written before, right? Like it's quite old, right? Yeah. I mean, it's like it's like Neil Gaiman like cites what's his name, H.P. Lovecraft as one of his inspirations.
Yes.
But then like I read like Lovecraft's work and then I'm like I really don't understand the things he writes. Like, he uses like really weird words and all that, and I'm like, no, it's like you're really trying to get behind the story, but then like you keep having to like guess what he means by that word.
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts being fun.
Yeah, I remember your like challenge to yourself to read Lovecraft. I like that one. I was thinking that you maybe like again like there's comic books right based on Lovecraft. There's quite a few
Yeah.
of them. Like I feel like
No,
I'll be
no,
into
but
that.
I want to read his writing style, not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of
Oh.
know like all the concepts that he created, you know.
Mhm.
So I just want to see like how he actually wrote it and described it, you know.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I would say you should read The Alchemist just because I want to know whether you liked it or not.
Okay, I'll put it on
It's a
my
very quick read.
to read list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You can
it's
the writing
relatively
is
short,
very yeah easy to read. That's what the
but it's
pro of it is
translated,
that you can
right?
go through very fast.
It is
Yeah,
translated,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the thing about translated books. I always feel like a little bit gets lost along the way. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Um, but speaking of book recommendations and like deciding whether a book is good or not, this week I made a cryptocurrency on a whim for my friend.
You what?
I made a cryptocurrency.
Oh,
Yeah. So my friend and I we were actually still playing Valheim, and then I think she was mentioning how she was looking for like book recommendations, but then and she usually relies on like awards or prizes like the Booker Prize or like the or like Hugo, that kind of thing, to figure out,
okay.
okay, what should I read next. But she complains that like a lot of these prizes are now more about like politics and like other sort of things rather than about the actual craft of writing. So therefore, like a lot of these books that she no longer enjoys. So then I was like, okay, why don't you make your own prize then? Like clearly you think you have superior taste. But then she was like, yeah, but I don't want to give away my money. So I was like, it's okay, we'll make up a money. So yeah, and then it's always been my to-do list because I know there's a lot of these like free like utilities or whatever where you can just like click a few things without coding and make your own crypto. So I found one called Wallet Builders, who now I'm suspecting has malware. Because that's another thing I did this week. So, but I didn't install anything, so it's unlikely. But you do have to install something to mine your currency. So it's a created, but I haven't actually mined it myself yet. And so
Okay.
you can decide what algorithm you want to use. And randomly, I picked the one for Bitcoin, which is like SHA-256 or something.
Mhm.
And it's called a Forest Prize coin because that's her name. Um, and like so. But the stupid part is like I had like made a little like Notion page to be like, haha, like this is the cryptocurrency. I linked it. What I did not know is I actually gave away the link to the console. And that was actually a login link
Oh dear.
with the password and the URL. So luckily, it was one of my other friends who was like, "Oh hey, I think I accidentally stopped your node," which is like I guess it was actually running the whole thing. And I was like, "Oh, how's that possible?" And it turns out, yeah, he had access to the full console because I gave it to everyone in the world. So then
So
I
now
was like,
they're
ah, shoot,
rich.
I gotta remove it. Well, someone mined 20 coins,
Uh-huh.
Oh
but
well.
we cannot figure out who did.
Sounds like a lot.
Oh, I know.
It
No,
depends what the value
like,
is.
yeah. So, I mean, the value is nothing because it's a made-up coin, but
No,
there's
but
like a lot
that's what
of,
people thought of Bitcoin as for start, right? Like
oh,
nobody thought it was
exactly,
serious,
exactly.
and then people started
Yeah.
like mining like 100 Bitcoins, and then now they're like
Hmm.
millionaires.
That's true.
Yeah. So I encourage you, if you're interested, to mine this coin because it might have an unknown value in the future.
What are the
But we think
chances?
might
Well,
be a bot or
I
something.
mean, like you could like sell like your stories as NFTs.
Yeah.
So I also made NFTs. So then I think at first I made this currency and then it was like, oh, we're still generating it. So I was like, oh, I can't even test it. So then I was like, ah, screw it. We're gonna do stupid memes. I'm gonna do an NFT. So then I figured out, I looked up online, like, how do you make an NFT for free?
Mm-hmm.
And you use like tools like OpenSea that allows you to generate it, and they'll just assign you an Ethereum token for whatever crap you want. So we actually used a picture of her dog. That's our NFT.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like you can make an NFTs for free as much as you want, but in order to have it be like transactionable, like selling or like bidding, you
Mm-hmm.
actually need to pay a fraction to the host or the person who generated it or something. And it's called a miner's fee.
Okay.
which I didn't know. Because like on the website they say, oh, when your thing sells, we're gonna take a percentage, like 2.5% or something like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. I don't care if I make $1,000. I'll happily give you like a percentage, right? But the thing is, like, you still also need to pay ahead of time. You need to pay like 0.004 Ethereum in order for this like contract to go through between you and the host. And that's like, regardless of whether you sell it or not. And the thing is, it used to be like pennies, but because Ethereum and NFTs got traded up, it's now worth $75 for
Wow.
you to execute the contract. So I was like, I don't want to pay 75 for a joke either, a joke. So although these NFTs exist, you cannot actually buy them yet.
You can buy
But
them,
yeah,
right?
like
You just have to spend money.
I haven't made them
Oh,
available for
right.
sale. It's
Okay.
almost like
Yeah.
I made a for display only item.
Mm.
And it's like this exists on the like market, but you cannot actually do anything with it yet.
Okay.
So but yeah, like on Saturday Night Live, actually Pete Davidson and like some other cast members wrote a song about NFTs based on Eminem's Without Me,
Oh, right.
like a rap,
Yeah.
which actually explains it really well. So at the end, they were using proper terminology and explaining how it works. So I highly recommend checking out that song if you want like a 3-minute explanation of NFTs. That's actually pretty accurate.
Okay.
But you
And
can't
that
watch
Eminem
SNL
song
in
parody.
Malaysia though.
I know, you need
Like
VPN,
YouTube blocks
guys.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
But
sad.
I mean, can't you use those ShareTube or whatever tools so they work?
Yeah,
Where you can
probably
download it YouTube?
people probably upload it elsewhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
Okay, well,
usually it's not
I'll
like
send it
I'm
to you.
not that interested enough to go searching for it.
Hmm.
yeah.
I think a lot of articles usually cover like, oh, they did this on SNL the other day, and then give you a summary. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah. Well, if the viewer is interested, I can send you the link. I can download it for you. But yeah, so that's the nonsense I've been up to this week. So besides like work stuff, I also got up to crypto nonsense. But it was very educational. Like I
Yeah.
learned a lot just from making it.
True.
Because you have to set a lot of settings for the coin. So for example, like in Bitcoin, there's a minimum unit of a Bitcoin is a Satoshi, which is named after the inventor, right?
Yeah.
Which is a pseudonym. So then I had to ask my friends, like, what do you want to name your minimum unit? And then we decided a leech because she was fighting a leech in Valheim at the time. She was like, I can't think of any words right now. Leech, that's what it is. So, this reminded me when I was much, much younger, as you guys like to remind me. Like I used to make up my own points that I would give to you guys, and you guys hated it.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
right, Christin points.
Yeah.
Did I get a lot of points?
So it's essentially like that. Yeah, or like whoever
Oh
you
no,
like,
I
you
mean I
tell them
remember
like,
I would
this
like
girl
tell
has very
Christin
few
about
Kristen points.
yeah.
It's
I'll tell
actually
Christin
so
about a girl I
bad.
was interested in, and she's like, oh,
Oh, that's so terrible of me. I'm just like rating this random person based on what I hear.
I mean, that's what the world is now.
I know, right? It's before social media. I was already judging people and giving
Yeah.
them likes or not no likes.
I mean, it reminds you of sites like Hot or Not. Don't know if you're
Mm-hmm.
familiar.
Yes. Vintage internet.
Yeah. I wonder if that site's still around now. It's probably some porn or dating website now.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can also make your own coins. So you want to make an Alvin coin, like, or like a George coin. Maybe we can make an evening drama coin.
Edie.
Yeah. But I think the question, right, is like, okay, if you have the GPU to mine a vanity coin, then why don't you just mine Bitcoin? Then it might actually be worth something.
I mean,
So
I'm just
it's like
thinking, like,
convincing people.
if you're the owner, can't you just generate infinite coins for yourself? Like, why do you have to go through the mining
Well, you
process?
cannot. So that's you have to go through the mining
Yeah,
because
why?
it's based on the same framework. Or else, like, then literally you can just type in plain text. There is now 20. Like there needs to be some show of work, proof of work that goes into it, which unfortunately is using electricity and buying GPUs. That's what you're inferring.
Okay.
Yeah. So then that led me down a journey of talking to my other friend about it, and he was mentioning this other new cryptocurrency called Chia, and it's created by one of the early like Bitcoin people. And the idea is that instead of relying on like GPUs and like a lot of electricity, it actually uses disk space to like as a proof of work.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh man, people are
so then
gonna
my
start
friends and I
buying
were
hard
into
drives now.
yeah, so hard drives are gonna go up soon if you guys want to invest. But yeah, I was looking into that because like I don't have GPUs and electricity here in California is so expensive that I'll lose money trying to mine Bitcoin or something, or any of the other like Ethereum or whatever. So this is one of the few that actually might be mineable for like an average person who doesn't have a ton of GPUs.
Mm.
And also it's early enough where like not a lot of people know about it, where it might be worth it. I'm not an investor. This is not an investing advice.
But what are the chances like its value goes up, right? Like.
So I would say the good thing is that the people who are involved in building this are like legit people. Like they are like security experts. They publish papers on this framework.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to bring the company IPO like a normal like traditional company structure
Yeah.
rather than like super decentralized and chaotic and anarchic, which is very rare. So there's an
I mean, that
inherent
was the whole
stability
point,
in
right,
that.
of the cryptocurrency in the first
Yeah.
place.
Right, right. Their argument is that, like, yeah, in trying to be so decentralized and so unregulated, look at this chaos we have, right? We have this currency that is inherently unusable because it's like being traded instead of being used. So they're trying to make a currency that can actually be stable enough where you can actually use it as a currency. So it's not going to be going like crazy like Bitcoin. That's not the point. It's more so like it's something maybe new that's actually useful.
Okay.
So we'll see. I mean, like they use a lot of fancy words, so I got very convinced based on
Oh,
that.
sounds like using real money to buy gems in games.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is like
I mean, that's all of this is.
in-world purchases.
Yeah, but man,
Macro
so the one Bitcoin,
transactions.
yeah, the one Bitcoin we bought for our friend's kid for $120 is now $67,000. Like,
Wow. Oh, he's
yeah.
got college set
So
up.
I know that was the whole intent. So of course, all of us who like contributed, we gave each $20. We're all like, we didn't do it for ourselves. We're
Yeah.
dumbasses. So don't be like me. Get in on these early things. If you
I don't
have
know
the
how many
money to
people
spare.
who actually own Bitcoin sell them for like actual money.
Because everyone's too afraid, right? If it's keep going up, why would you sell it?
Well, I mean,
but
first it's afraid, and then secondly, like, I don't know, can you find people willing to pay you that much?
I thought there's a stock exchange sort of thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You can buy
it
and
works
sell.
like stocks, right? You have to find a willing
Yeah.
buyer. Yeah. So
Yeah,
there might
so
be
I thought like
people. I mean, like
Coinbase,
67,000 is like a lot of money, right?
right?
Yeah.
But you can buy fractional. Like Bitcoin is now traded in like
Oh,
0.0000% now. Like you don't buy a full one because most people
I
can't
guess.
afford it.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think there is some fluidity there, but the issue is like, how do you know when to sell now? Kind of like
I mean,
the GameStop stuff.
Tesla's accepting Bitcoin now.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of places are. And I was thinking like this girl who created this like firewall breaking tool called Sci-Hub for accessing academic papers.
Yeah, you spoke
She
about
accepts
her
Bitcoin, and I'm like, yeah, now she's like super loaded probably.
before.
Uh, or like Pirate Bay, right? They also take Bitcoins.
I think Steam used to accept Bitcoin, but then they stopped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but
I mean,
now
it's
no
so
one cares. I mean, I
volatile,
hope no
right?
one's using it too.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, the walletbuilders.com, which is the tool I used to make the free coin, also accepts Bitcoin as a transaction. If you want to add on, make a
Go-
premium coin.
Maybe we should get Wallet Builder to sponsor us.
Maybe. Gosh, I feel like they probably make like money making money hand over fist right now. But the thing is, like the warning I want to give to anyone who wants to try is that the website's very janky, and it keeps changing. Like as I'm using it, I feel like they're updating the website as I'm doing it. So yeah, I don't know. Coders beware. Um, But yeah, I think my computer is starting to stop doing whatever it's doing, which is a good sign. So I can actually look at our chat documents. But yeah. What about you guys? What did you learn this week? I feel like we haven't done that topic in a while.
What did I learn this week?
Probably learn a lot.
Try to think of
Like
what
all these
stands out.
little micro lessons.
I'm sure I learned something. Oh, today I saw an ad on Lazada. People are selling thumb drives that are filled with porn.
Oh yeah.
That's a way to make money, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it for people with poor? Oh, is it because they want to be untraceable or because of poor internet connection?
Maybe
I think
both.
maybe some people
I
just don't know where to
Download
look
porn,
or,
yeah.
you
The
know,
good stuff
yeah.
is?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
I mean, not to say like the thumb drives have good stuff.
Yeah,
either,
we don't
you
know. I mean, I guess
Like last time,
can spend some money to find out. Right.
Last time in ADP, I had one friend who also sold porn the same way, but instead of thumb drives, he sold it on like burnable DVDs or CDs.
Yeah.
What an enterprising gentleman.
Yeah.
How come we didn't think to do something like that? We should have sold CDs of things.
I don't know. I find
Can you
CDs
imagine?
are free.
Like, back then, like when we were pirating like Adobe or Microsoft Word, remember like sometimes like some of them are like very hard to use, uninstallable, whatever.
Mhm.
Imagine we have thought to like filter for the ones that work and made like a mega CD of things that work.
Yeah.
We never thought to pirate the pirating.
Because I think like burning CDs took a super long time last time. It was like half an hour.
Yeah,
at
like
least.
you look at the professional burners, it's like so
Yeah.
fast and like they have like racks of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so do you guys know about the comedian Trevor Noah?
Uh-huh.
So like I listened to his autobiography, and like one of the key parts of his like own life is that he was given a super CD burner when he was in Africa, and that allowed him to make enough money to like get the heck out. So
Wow.
and yeah, so he was like burning like CDs of music or whatever for people. And the moral of this story, he said, is that like, look, like I was very privileged because of my white friend gave me this resource, and that allowed me to like start my own business, however like dicey it was, and to be able to make money so I can like make a life for myself, and that like most people don't have that like one chance. You need like something, you need a capital of something to do something with your life. So I thought that was a very touching story based on like a very scammy thing that you do.
Right. I
Yeah.
am gonna. I'm doing some work at the moment, so you guys continue
Okay,
chatting.
all right, we'll keep chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, do you feel like Singer, do you feel like we're very old because now we're so busy with work that we have to work during a stream?
It's just me.
No, I often feel the same way too. Like I'm like super multitasking instead of being able to do things. Or like my to-do list has gotten longer and longer and longer, even though I try to cut it down. So that's why I kind of like, I don't know. This is probably grass is green on the other side, but like sometimes I am quite envious of like your work schedule, seeing it, because like it's very predictable. But I also understand that you also have to write like a lot when you're on, and so that you can take a break when you're off.
That's true. I mean, sometimes it's good, right? To be as busy as you are. Like you control you control how much you make, and like it's good, versus being paid like a fixed amount, and you still have to do like a lot of work anyway. Yeah.
I mean, like.
So at least this way you're
to
making
private.
money for yourself and not helping someone else make money.
Yeah, that's the only tiny bit of satisfaction I get from this. But it's like it doesn't super work out. Like for me, if I'm purely looking at like making the most money possible, like this is a very stupid way of doing it that I'm doing right now. Because like if I were like fully employed with a big company that already has so much money, it can afford to pay employees like, quite a larger fraction, then per hour I make a lot more than like me working for myself like in many cases I'm like, oh, I'm making less than minimum wage right now. Like for an unknown like, business entity that might be worth something later. It is almost like Bitcoin. Like I'm betting something will pay off. And it's also like not super correlated in terms of like it's like all I'm doing when I put in more work is I'm buying a bigger lottery ticket rather than like being for sure if I put in more work, this will work out.
Yeah, I guess it's way to work smarter.
Yeah. So my friend was like complaining about that. This is like a very that I would not name who it is because that person sometimes watches the stream, but he will know who I'm talking about. He's very, very good with money, but he's also very concerned about like money, sometimes too much. But the funny thing is that he's already quite comfortable. Like he can retire now if he wants to. But like he was saying, like, oh, I work for someone who turns out is actually a billionaire. So I feel like really stupid because I'm doing all this work for a billionaire, and I work just as hard, but yet I don't get paid as much because they have. It's like once you have that much money, you start to know people who have investment opportunities, right? And then you can get in on the ground floor. Or like what happens, I think, oftentimes is like you have so much money, you're affiliated with companies with even more money, and then they also have like secret like advantages because they know that, oh, if I invest in like this like industry, then it's gonna go up, so then they can just like tag along and make money too. And it's not considered insider trading because it's like very like indirect, right? So it's sort of like if you have like a middle class income, you have just enough money to be like, I can invest in the stock exchange and buy mutual funds, but you're not actually getting those like 2x or 10x opportunities to make a lot of money. So it's a little frustrating in that regard for him. So now like where I was like, okay, if you try the 10x opportunity, let me know. like so I'm like being like super lazy and be like, I will ride on your coattails of research. But I feel like that's like the frustration that I sense with a lot of people now, especially with all this Bitcoin NFT nonsense, right? Is that some random person is making like enough to retire like in like that, but you don't know how, you don't know who, and you don't know how to know people who lost a lot of money.
I feel like that's
Is
quite
that something
dangerous
you're
too,
covering?
right?
Yeah.
Like
Is that something you
it makes
cover
some
in Uber
people
Gizmo?
desperate to hop on whatever new trend that they find because they don't want to be like, oh, I don't this could be the next Bitcoin, so I'm just gonna jump on it, and then like they lose
Exactly.
money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do cover like cryptocurrency on for work, but it's not very technical. It's more like, oh, Tesla accepts Bitcoin now, the kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's like people like Elon Musk can suddenly give like legitimate like I don't know some sort of like support for like Dogecoin or whatever. In fact, yeah, he
Yeah,
mentioned Dogecoin for April Fools, right? And
yeah.
this like same friend bought some Dogecoin as a like on a whim, and he was like, that tweet made me $250. But it's like so like BS, right? It's like it's nothing for like the world got generated in a way, which is I guess most of the economy. But like it's like we're so disconnected between like actual value to society and like currency. Like these things are so messed up now. Whereas I think just like a few years ago, at least stock exchange means something, but now it's just behaving erratically.
Yeah, I think the whole GameStop thing, like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of proved it.
Prove. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like for my personal thing, I'm trying not to like get too swept up in it because I feel like, oh, and at the end of the day, it's like my own psychology is getting messed up, right? Of like this like feeling of like, oh, I don't have enough, or like, oh no, I'm getting screwed indirectly because I'm not on the right train of whatever. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
How
last
about in
time,
Malaysia?
yeah, so it affects people the same way. Like, I have read, how many years ago was it? But there was one time when Greece was doing really badly, the economy. So like
Mm-hmm.
the value of their currency was like fluctuating really badly. So I have a friend who was trading forex at that time. And then like
Forex.
whenever I see him, he'll talk to me. It's like, oh, I made so much money the other day. The next one I'll be like, oh, I lost so much. Like, cause like it changes so much within like the minutes or hours that you have to be like on it all the time. If not, you're gonna miss out. And then like
Right.
so
Oh,
I think at one point he got super obsessed with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like Forex is a very like Malaysian people like to do it. Sort of a crazy investment thing. Probably because like there's a lot like I think fewer open opportunities. Like, cause do you guys get access to crypto stuff? Is there Malaysian crypto?
I thought they were. I'm not sure actually.
Bitcoin.
Oh, I guess technically all this is international, and that's the point. But
Yeah, I mean, as
like,
long
I
as
feel
you
like
can,
Forex
as long as
is
you can
something
trade
people
for
fall
it.
into.
Yeah. Mm.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't know
because
if
I
I don't
know
know
like.
if crypto is a big thing in Malaysia.
Mhm.
I think namely it's to do with the pricing of it because it's all in US dollar. So
Yeah.
even like something that's a few hundred US dollars, it's like thousands here. So
Right,
doesn't
and then
make
it's
it.
sort of like you
Yeah.
indirectly end up being Forex because you have to exchange your own money into a
So
different
like
currency
your
and
friend
time
made
that
like $250 from Doggy Coin, and it's like, oh,
from
I
the
only made
tweet.
$250, right? But to Malaysia, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like $1,000.
I
It's a bigger deal
know,
for us than
right?
it is for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think he threw in like a few thousand or something. So
Yeah, because
it's a
like one
small
Doggy
fee
Coin is like
fraction.
0.00 whatever 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So this
But I
thing like
remember like
you want to buy many a lot of it to make it worth your while. But then like
yeah,
you don't even know where it's gonna go. Like, do you want to spend that much money?
exactly. Yeah, you could lose everything. You don't know. Um, but with regards to Forex though, like I don't know whether you guys get the same thing, but in like the US, there's like a whole like an Instagram community of people who like to pretend they're making a lot of money with Forex, where they like pose in front of a Lamborghini or
Oh,
whatever, and like be like, ah, yes, I live a super cool lifestyle. Like you should join my program for learning how to trade Forex. And then, like, I think people are making more money from referral schemes than from actually
yeah.
trading forex.
So during the pandemic last year,
Hmm.
apparently there was a rise in Malaysia. There's a rise in these financial gurus, and all of them
Hmm.
were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
let me teach you how to be rich." Yeah, I was like thinking
Yeah.
like,
Working from home.
why would they teach you? Like, why wouldn't you just go make money themselves? Just because
Exactly.
they're making money from you.
I know, but it's like,
I mean, in a
but
way, right?
they're
In
the.
a way, they're right, right? Like, in a way, they're clever
Mhm.
because they are making money, but they're not. What they teach you is not what they actually use to make money. Unless they were really honest
Exactly.
about it, like, so to make money, you have to all go out and create courses like what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pyramid scheme of like just like do more of what I do. And with a lot of these, like in the US, my understanding is that it's sort of like those like hot girl influencers where they like pose in
Mm.
front of something but they don't own it. Like, or they have a fake plane, like fake first class backdrop, things like that, in order to like promote this image of like I made it and you can do it too. But like I knew someone who was like actually doing it, and like I remember he got a lot of flack because he kept posting stories of like making money, etc., etc.
Oh,
He doesn't do it anymore, which I suspect means that he kind of like fell out of it. But then that prompted me to start looking up, like how do these schemes or scams or whatever it is like actually work? And apparently, what happens is like they charge you a fee on top of the exchange. So like no matter whether you win or lose money, you're paying a percentage to the house. like so that's how one way they're making money. The number two way is the courses of like you can join my group or whatever. And then like thirdly, the apparently Forex works is in a zero sum way. If someone's making money, someone else is actually losing money. It's not like infinite gains or whatever.
so
So that's why.
so that reminds me of like a very interesting thing. So you remember
Hmm.
Cuphead, right?
Yes.
So
How can I
like
forget?
many years ago, like we were just having a conversation, and then
Hmm.
he was saying something about he doesn't believe in gambling. So I
Hmm.
asked him why. He's like, because like when you win, someone else loses, right? And then like the money you take is basically their losing money,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Mm-hmm.
it's like bad karma or something like that. Like
Oh.
bad vibes, you know. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you're profiting off someone's misery. So like, you know, is it really
Mm-hmm.
that is that money really worth it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually very deep.
Yeah. He's actually very deep, like surprisingly.
Like how we say, if you add surprisingly, it's like we compliment it for you to take that away immediately.
No, because he's very like he's very happy go lucky kind of personality. You know,
Yeah.
so like you would never like I would never associate him with these kind of like thoughts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like he really surprised me.
I would say, like, in retrospect, I feel like he was in a way more mature than all of us. Because he was never afraid to just be himself, like much more
Yeah, that's
so than
true.
everyone else was.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hats off to him.
How Joyce suddenly pay attention.
Okay. I just finished my work, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember like he was more bold than everyone else was, which made him, of course, like stand out. In a way that wasn't like positive for him, I guess. But now, in retrospect, I appreciate it a lot more. He was not under the trappings of high school bullshit.
It was ahead of his time.
Yes, he was ahead of his time. But like with gambling though, I feel like is that necessarily true though? If you win,
I mean,
then-
you don't have to. You don't have to buy into his philosophy or whatever, but it's just something to think about. Like I would still gamble, but then, you know, it's just like, oh, it's interesting how some people view it. You know, like people like say like, oh, gambling's bad for you because they think you might get addicted and you lose money. But then here, like someone else provides you a different perspective of why they think gambling is bad. You know, so it's just something else to think about, lah. You don't have to believe it or whatever.
Oh, I feel like that's why I'm trying to think about it because I'm thinking of different scenarios. Like for example, in well, there's like certain kind of gambling, like slot machine, right? Like what my parents play, where it's like guaranteed loss actually because of the odds. But there's certain other games like poker where if you are it's a skill-based game and also everyone chips in, and I think in those scenarios technically you can win more than statistics if you are skilled. So there's like skilled versus unskilled games. But the thing is, it's like let's just say you play poker and you win money. I guess like that money from the casino came from someone else who lost money, but it's very indirect. So would that count karmically? I guess?
Poker. I mean, if if you're seated at a table in poker and then you're betting against someone else, right? You're not always betting against the house. Because at the end of the day, like you know, if you're let's say in a tournament, there's only one winner. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I guess it would be a scenario where you're only playing against the dealer.
Isn't that just how like working is? Like when you work, you give up your time and health for someone else, right?
Yes, you're trading yourself, your own soul.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that worse than gambling?
But there's a certain guarantee about working that versus gambling. Like, I work this month, I know I get paid. But if I go to the casino, doesn't mean I'll win.
I think if you gamble long enough, you'll win. Just that not everyone can afford to gamble that long.
Wait, what? No, I don't think that's true.
Yeah. Eventually you'll win. Just when.
Well, I mean, it depends what you consider winning, though.
Yeah.
Like each time.
Like you consider win as like I made like $5 from profit.
Yeah, let's say you have tons of money, right? So each time you lose, you double up your next bet.
Statistically, you will lose it because of the odds. They're never in your favor.
Yeah, they're never in your favor until you hit them, you know? let's say you have enough money to keep going and going and going. Eventually, you'll win.
Right, so that only works if, like, let's just say we pick a game like roulette, right?
Mhm.
Like, that would theoretically be maybe possible if it is 50-50, but it's not 50-50. It's like 48-50, like 52 or
Yeah.
something because of the greens.
Mm-hmm.
So you are, if you keep going forever, we do a simulation online, like you will lose all of it.
No, let's say you have enough money to keep going until you win.
Oh, and then you quit.
Yeah.
If you do it a million times, you will still lose. But there is a chance a million, like kind of like Avengers. There's a scenario in which you would walk away. Correct.
Yeah, that'll be one scenario. Because it's not
Yeah.
100% like
Yeah.
against you.
Yeah, sure.
There's still a
Sure.
chance.
Yes, that
it's
is
low,
correct. I
but
feel like we're doing a poor statistics class. Very untrained people.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
in a
that's
Doctor
what
Strange kind
the
of way,
gamblers, like the people who are addicted to gambling, feel. Like
Yeah.
they know, oh, I can't lose all the time. I'll get it back. I'll
Right.
get it back. Yeah.
But when they win,
So when
then
it
they want
gets-
to double it,
Yeah.
and they lose it
Mhm.
again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel lucky, I guess. I don't have that like compulsion for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can imagine if you have that, it's very hard to walk away.
Yeah, for sure.
But so in Singapore, right, they have the whole rule where if you're a Singaporean, you cannot enter without paying a amount,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's
Just
to
when I meet my
discourage
friends in Sentosa.
Singaporeans. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, it's not good for you, parental government. But it's okay to take tourist money.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't care what
Is there such a thing
tourists
in
do.
Malaysia? No, right?
No,
Well, in
I
Malaysia,
don't
there's
think
only
so.
like one legal casino, which is Genting.
Yeah, they.
Yeah. And it's only legal because the guy had ties, right, to the government or something.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you need some kind
I
of ties
imagine that's probably.
to open like a
Let's
den
Google.
of vice in Malaysia.
Why is Genting legal?
Yeah, I do wonder. The founder died, right? Because there's like a huge like memorial for him in Genting.
Yeah. Mm,
There, and also my parents always report
in
their
Malaysia,
stock
there's only
to
one
me.
place which is
Oh,
They
Genting is
report their
down.
stock.
gambling, which is legal.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Meta gambling. Are you gambling on the gambling? And whether it does well? Yeah, because of the
I mean, there's no
pandemic, one-
reason for them to suffer loss, right?
Well, now there
I
is
mean,
because
I
no
mean,
one
like
can go.
safe for like the pandemic, which is like quite
Mhm.
rare. It's like not
Yeah.
people will always keep going to Genting, right?
Right, but the stock is not always like permanently going up even before the pandemic. I think.
Well, I mean, I
like,
assume it will
because
be at
they do
least
other
like
things.
stable.
Huh. It's only quite
Yeah.
recent.
Maybe.
Like, however, Malaysia government announced in 2003 that it will not grant licenses to any casinos, and that for the time being, Casino de Genting will remain without competition on Malaysian gambling market. So it was only recently
So
they
they
stopped.
made it seem like they're doing a good thing, but they're actually like giving
Mhm.
Genting all the monopoly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because Malaysia is a Muslim country and under Sharia law, Muslims cannot participate. Entrance to casino is possible only to non-Muslim beliefs. The minimum age for
That
casino.
can't be true. There's so many people from Saudi Arabia and UAE.
But they're not
Literally, it's like a woman in
Malaysians.
full burqa walking around.
Yeah.
But she's not Malaysian, so she's not subject to the
But
same
it's-
laws. Like
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I don't
You
know.
can be Muslim of other countries.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel like that's where I see the most Middle Eastern people in my daily life. I don't know. Maybe they're there just like to hang out and not gambling. Because I don't really go into the casino area, so I don't want to accuse anyone.
all
of
right.
their
So you see them in
Um,
Genting, but not the casino.
Yeah, they're
No,
definitely.
but I
in
never really
Genting.
like looked around and was like, aha, like or anything like that.
But yeah, I mean, I remember
Oh.
last time I went casino, it was all Chinese people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Actually, the ones in
Um,
Australia also like when I went like the 1 or 2 times, also so many like China people gambling there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, so in here in the US, it's also the same actually. Most people who go to casinos, a lot of them are Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like in the US, right, there's this I'm just telling this in a very basic way. I'm sure there's nuances, but like Native Americans are like the only ones who can earn like be owning casinos. So because of all the terrible things that the US government did to them, it's kind of like, well, at least you can have casinos and like untaxed cigarettes and tobacco or something like that. Um, but then like it's like not like they often have buses, like free buses to bus Asian people into the casino and like perks like that. And like so I feel like probably there ones a lot of them are driving the economy are still like old Asian aunties and uncles who have nothing better to do.
Why are
Um,
Chinese people prone to gambling addiction? That's a question on Quora.
oh,
In
my
Do
one
you
of
the
my
think it's a
friends had
do you
like a
think it's a culture
theory.
thing?
said let's see. In US, I think casual gambling is common in the culture, particularly card games or similar games. There's illegal card games in Chinatown. What? Oh, socially
Hmm.
accepted and widely promoted by businesses. You could
Hmm.
say the same thing about opioid addiction and white people. It was socially accepted to use prescription pain pills, and they were widely favored by insurance companies.
Oh, that didn't go where I thought it was
I don't know. I'm just reading answers.
So the takeaway is Chinese people like Asian people like to gamble and white people like to pop prescription pills.
Okay,
going.
Bill
Correct.
Lee, author. In Chinese culture, gambling is an acceptable form of socializing. For most Chinese folks, it's
Yeah.
fun, enjoyable activity involving wagering. Unfortunately, for some, gambling serves as maladaptive coping mechanism that can quickly develop into an addiction. There are certain dynamics
Hmm.
of Chinese culture that presents unique challenges for gambling addicts to recover. For example,
Hmm.
examining emotional issues and family bailouts. What? I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's not cool to talk about your feelings if you're in an Asian family.
Yeah. Totally not cool.
Chinese
But I don't know. I was
people.
never raised to think gambling was a social thing, though. Like all my Chinese New Years, I've never gambled, and then it's only when I came back to Malaysia and then
Do you ever see
started
your
visit.
parents gamble?
Nope, they never gambled.
Huh, okay. Mine were
So
Oh,
gambling.
it's
you
only
have
like
very
when
clear parents.
it was only when I came back here
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
good, and then I started visiting friends' houses, and then people
Hmm.
started gambling. Now I was like, oh, it's a thing, you know.
Maybe it's a Malaysian thing.
Mm. No, it's a Hong
Uh,
Kong thing too.
Oh,
uh,
well, I mean, not Singapore, lah, since Singapore said he didn't see it growing up.
no, I didn't spend my New
Oh.
Year's in Singapore. I mean, I always came back to Malaysia,
Oh, okay.
but it's only like when I started going to school here, then I have friends here to go visit, right?
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, ever since I
Interesting.
was young, like, my parents would gamble during Chinese New Year. So we saw it as normal as we grew up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
Hmm.
that's true to what the post says, it's like a social thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, every Chinese New
Yeah.
Year, they still gamble until now, you know. Take out the mahjong
Hmm.
table. And then the kids will be playing
Yeah,
card
Mahjong.
games.
Hmm.
I guess it is quite social, right? Like, because
Yeah,
like during
definitely.
when you play mahjong, you just like chit chat and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't play without four people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of the things I want to learn. Like, not for gambling, but just to understand, play Mahjong. I still don't.
Buy the whitewash mahjong
Yeah,
set.
buy the whitewash one.
No, I knew you guys are gonna bring that up.
What's it called?
No,
I don't know, just Google
I forgot.
whitewash
I just
mahjong.
Google white lady Mahjong. Actually, this scenario came up recently for me. Sorry, I'll go back to Mahjong,
The
but like,
mahjong line.
yeah. Because like okay, so we're redesigning a package for our tea, and I actually wanted to put a Chinese word as the logo.
Okay.
For not for the main logo, but just for the flavors. So then I was like checking with my other like friends who are like native Chinese speakers, because I was like, oh God, I don't want to do a white mahjong lady accidentally use the wrong Chinese word situation. So that came up for me recently. I just thought about those ladies. I don't want to be like them.
Ah,
But yeah, in terms of
they're
like
still active. They're still selling their stuff. And
I'm sure they
then
got a lot of any publicity is good publicity.
a week ago, they donated 3,500 in support of the AAPI community.
Only 3,500. That's a bit cheap.
That's like 10 mahjong sets for them.
I know.
Maybe that's all of their sales.
No, I'm sure like there's a lot of white people who might support them because they're like, oh, these ladies were trying their best. I'm gonna support them for like all this like anti-white stuff. You'll be surprised by the power of the other side. Which I'm learning a lot because of all the recent anti-Asian stuff in or anti-Asian stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's happening
Your
in
parents
the
like
US
worry
right
about
now.
you.
Oh, immediately I got messages through WeChat. I'm like, don't go out, blah blah blah, all those kind of things. Which like I mean I'm not like stupid, right? Like I do think that crime has increased in our local area, but it wasn't specifically anti-Asian. I think it's just a bad enforcement by the police and things like that. But like I don't know, not to say bad because it's not their fault, but I feel like the laws of against as to how criminals are prosecuted and put away is very messed up right now. So I see both sides. But yeah, like right now, for example, if you break into a car or whatever, the police won't even come, like because it's under like a minimum of like several $100s or something. So like if someone breaks into your house, like no one's gonna actually help you is a problem. And also because like for example, like in New York City, right, there was that man who beat up a Filipino old lady, and then like the other messed up part was security people saw it and just like, closed the door. So people were really outraged. But then like they dug into this guy, they found him and arrested him. Turns out he was previously arrested and put in jail for murdering his mom, but he got let out after 17 years. And so we're all like, what the heck? Like this guy like somehow earned his parole, like and clearly reoffended. And it's sort of like, okay, I can see how the whole point of justice system is like if you're reformed, maybe you should be given a second chance. But when like things slip through like this, you just think, oh my gosh, like this is so messed up. Like if someone murders someone, shouldn't they at least be in jail for longer than that or something?
Man, 17
so, like,
years quite long though.
For killing your mom? I don't know, man. Like there's people who would put away for like marijuana for much longer. That's not really fair.
No, I mean, but 17 years wasn't his full duration though, right? Like he was paroled, meaning like technically he still has the remainder, right?
If he reoffends, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so that means like so that means his duration could have been a lot longer. It's just that the minimum before he got paroled is 17 years, which I still think is pretty long though. Like I think I read he's like 35, right? So that means like he was 18 when he went in.
Oh.
Yeah, he was 18 when he went in or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he obviously hasn't changed.
I mean,
I don't say like what he did was not say like he served his time, but I still think 17 years is a pretty long time though.
Yes, that is true. I think just the whole scenario put together is not good optics for the whole system. Yeah.
And then, so, plus people can be like manipulative too, right? During like the parole board hearings or whatever. You just say they can do and say things that make people think like, oh, they've changed.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I'm not saying that this path should be closed because I'm sure like there's like 99 other people who were released early and are on good behavior, and it's just one guy ruining everything for everyone.
They should put them on like a polygraph.
So aren't those inaccurate though?
Yeah.
What about the ones that zap you if you tell a lie?
If we can know who's telling a lie, the world will be a different place.
Remember we played that game when we went to 1U last time?
Oh yeah, that's a reaction game though. That's the game where we all hold a handle and whoever presses the button the slowest, like, gets zapped.
Yeah. But But then like recently I saw like the one
Oh.
that like there's a lie detector, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so fun. So how can it tell you're telling a lie based on your heart rate?
Probably.
I
I
don't
can
know.
see how that can
I
be
think
built.
it might be like the sweat on your skin.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Can you buy it so we can experiment on you? We will just ask you questions.
But some people like might sweat a lot normally. I don't know.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean obviously
Um,
this $30 toy is not like a it's not like a scientific tool to
but I
measure
do
like
wonder though, because now like a lot of these components are so much cheaper. Can you make your own polygraph based on an actual polygraph?
Mm.
Probably. Just get a
Probably
Raspberry
worth
Pi
that.
or something. Or Arduino.
DIY, yeah,
You have plenty of free time, you can do it.
yeah. What were we talking about? I feel like this topic went to a lot of flips.
We didn't finish talking
Oh,
about
I
the
was gonna
stories.
mention. Oh, I was gonna go back to crime.
Oh
I
yeah,
have
then
one
you
more
can
thought.
continue. Yeah.
Yeah, so the other thing is like now in the US, there's this app called Citizen where they like scan police scanners and like things like that, and people can report crime as well. So
Mm-hmm.
now I get like a billion alerts of like a tree fell down, or like or like the supermarket got robbed and things like that. So I think we're all like now like hyper aware of things going on around us because it's just like reported immediately. That makes us feel like unsafe. We're like, oh my God, this person got robbed, but maybe they've always been robbed. We don't know. Like,
No, but it shouldn't be
yeah,
always been robbed.
yeah, like you just feel like now I'm like, oh, like I don't want to. Even like my local supermarket, like apparently people came in and like in droves and like stole stuff and left or something like that.
Oh,
There's a lot more coordinated crime now
like the NF song
through social media. Which one?
story.
Yeah, like story. Yeah, exactly. In fact, I was showing you on this. I was like, oh yeah, we gotta be careful when we go to gas stations
Yeah.
in the sticks because this stuff happens all the time.
Don't knock things
Um,
over when you're hiding.
I know. But oh man, that's such a great music video. That
Yeah.
lady was really good at acting. I really enjoyed it. If you guys haven't checked out NF's story.
Yeah.
But yeah, the writing prompt you mentioned.
Oh yeah, sing it. So, how did you come to your story? What inspired you?
Mhm.
I don't know. I forgot. I forgot what inspired me, but I definitely was not headed this direction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So
it
I
really like
remember.
threw me off guard, like when it came.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I thought it was.
Yeah, so when I thought about it now, I was like, oh, I have to write this. So that's why after next day, I told Christian about it. I was like, I need to write this down before I forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember you messaged Singer messaged me and was like, oh, I have this idea, but it's very meme, and I don't know whether like it. And I'm sure you didn't say it this way, but something like it would ruin the integrity of what the writing prompts were doing or something. And I was like, no, write whatever you want. Because all the previous one were more serious. But even
Yeah.
the thing is, even after you primed me, because I was expecting like a joke, I still didn't see it coming. So that's why I thought it was extra good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was memey at all. It was very well done.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. And I felt like the characters did not sound like you too. Somehow. It didn't feel like you. So I liked it a lot for that reason. I can imagine it's some other people in this sort of story.
Which characters sound like me though?
Um Sometimes when you tell fantasy stories, it sounds like you pretending to be a Neil Gaiman. And I mean that as a compliment,
Oh.
but it's like a very specific like same style. Whereas this one I feel like is a little bit different from the other one.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Sometimes I go back and forth in my style and like the ideas that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
like I can have one idea that I would in my head would like come out like few different ways, you know.
Mm-hmm.
like some will be like really serious and like philosophical, and then some of them are like just very I don't know, for lack of a better word, like very childish, like a kid kind of story, and then another time would be like funny, you know. Like to me, like in my head, like it all works, you know. So for me, it's like trying to choose for this story, what kind of tone do I want to go for, you know? Who do I want to sound like in this story? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you have more of a variety of tone, like executions you can choose from.
I just write the first thing that comes to mind.
I know, right? Me too. I was like, oh, you have variety. You can choose. You can choose.
No, but it's hard sometimes because you're like, I don't know. Because some days, like, I feel like being a little bit more intellectual today. And then other days, it's like, I'm feeling a bit lazy. Let's just come up with something quick, you know. And yeah, it's not. So I don't know. It's not consistent.
But that's really cool, though. I think like I'm trying to like learn to like well, first of all, remember what writing prompt we're doing, because oftentimes I forget. I'm like, where is it? But then I'm trying to do that earlier, so that and when I have like brief moments between when I'm doing other stuff, I can be like, oh yeah, I can spend 5 seconds thinking about this, and then I come back to it. Or else it feels like too much to rush right before our podcast and be like, oh shit, I write it now.
I think I should start writing mine like earlier in the week.
Or think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I also don't always write it early. I just think about it. You know, when I'm in bed before I sleep, I just have to think
about it. Like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the before sleeping part is also when I think about it, because it's usually when I'm like, oh, I'm not falling asleep. Let me think about this, and then sleep.
Yeah. So I've been working on like a new story idea. I mean, that's how I work on new story ideas. You know, like when I'm like taking a dump, and I'm like. Okay, this is the time to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Or like I'm waiting for something or for someone, you know, and then it's like, okay, let's think about it.
Yeah.
But yes, before bed is like usually the best time, because you have nothing to do after except sleep. So you have to be like, oh, I need to go do work later. I need to go do this later. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this also to me is the same. It's like in the morning when I'm taking a dump, and like evening before I fall asleep is when I think about the prompt. But speaking of which, my butt is better in case anyone cares.
Oh right.
Now I'm like, oh, the precious yeah, my hemorrhoids. Now I'm like, precious moments of when my butt's not in pain. So much appreciated. But the thing is now I'm also more careful when to not take a dump for too long. Now I have to be like super quick and like not diddle on the phone.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if how disciplined you are about those kind of things though. Cause like for my back, right, when I was like going to the chiro, and then like he'll give me exercises to do. So like it took a while. It took a while for it to like completely heal. So like during the process, I was like very diligent about like doing the exercises like many times a day.
Yeah.
And it helped, right? It really helped. But then like now that it's like kind of cured, I'm like, screw it, you know.
What kind of
Same
exercises
here.
do
I
they
know.
Basically a lot of stretches and like muscle stuff like squats, lunges to like open your hips a bit, so it's like less compression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those seem good to do, regardless of whether we have back pain or not.
I mean, you do it anyway. Like, you go to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm lucky in that regard. But the thing is, it doesn't.
I saw your video. You did
like my upper back.
You did like a squat that could last me a week, I think. So my week's worth.
It's my new personal best. It's 225 pounds, which is the 2 wheels with the 45-pound bar. So
wow, this is like 102 kilos. That's like almost as heavy as me.
That's insane.
Oh, okay, cool. And I did it now I'm weighing 145, so I did it at 60.
Try to add like a couple more wheels and you can lift me.
I can squat you, yeah.
Yeah, you can squat me.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be harder to like squat a person than than a weight, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because
like
she can't grab you.
the weight's not.
Yeah, you kind of
No,
hold
you have to
me.
be piggyback. You need to be lowered onto me
Yeah.
in piggyback fashion.
Oh, if okay, I was thinking like you hold me like like this. Like I'll be horizontal, I'll be like this, and then you like try and lift.
Oh,
It's
that
all
seems really hard
I've
to-
seen like people do like those couple videos where they do like deadlifts of their partner,
Oh, I've
and
seen
then
those
like
too.
the other
It's
person
usually
just
that
like
guy with
lying
two
like
girls.
horizontally, and then like they pull them
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Those
but
are
piggyback
much
makes more
harder.
sense though.
Yeah. But I mean, like, what is not shown in these Instagram things is like my coach has to deal with all my bullshit because it's like either like I'm late or like I hurt my back or like I'm not following his instructions. Somehow, always like he'll say do this and I'll do like some weird variation. So he's like super
Why?
patient with me. Because like at 6 in the morning, my brain's not working. My eyes are not very good. I can't read his handwriting. And then like sometimes I have to do a different variation from everyone else because I'm lagging behind. And I
Uh-huh.
always forget, what did you just say? I'm like, oh, I didn't hear that part. Like I'm like the worst student actually. Like so
No, but I see it all the
it doesn't
time,
show
like
that part.
in like when I used to go for like group Muay Thai classes, and then like
Mm.
people like do it all the time. Like the guy would be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, do it this way," but somehow they do it
Mm-hmm.
the other way. You know, I was
Yeah.
like, "Do kick your left leg," and then they end up kicking with their right leg, and then like they look so
Because
confused
of my
when like they get
mirroring.
yelled at. You know.
Yeah, but I also think like there is like a body awareness thing. Like some people are naturally very athletic and their body can do what they set out to do, whereas the left leg right leg confusion is something I do all the time.
Oh.
Like yeah. But like speaking of back pain, I linked you guys this mat that my friend recommended and I ordered. Again, it's a very Shopee you can order thing, which is like 1,000 little spikes on like a mat, and the idea is that like it's like acupressure or whatever. So if you lie on it, it's very painful, but apparently you feel good afterwards.
Huh.
So I was gonna
Acupressure
try that out.
mat.
Yeah, so it's like essentially a medieval torture device where you're lying on a bed of spikes voluntarily,
Ha! I saw
and it's supposed to be
photos.
good for
It
pain.
looks painful.
Someone posted a photo of their very red back.
Hmm.
On the review?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
But the
review.
reviews are like they seem sort of genuine though. It's not written like my show reviews, where it's
Amazing
like this
torture
was
device.
fantastic. Yeah, exactly. I think these are written by real people, and I believe that they do find it like beneficial.
Excellent for
So,
back pain. Oh man.
mhm.
I don't know. I don't feel like lying on something like that.
Yeah. So I only got it because my friend said his wife uses it every day and actually finds it very helpful. So if I didn't have like a friend who I know is like not like he's not selling these mats, right? There's no
Yeah.
incentive for him to lie to me. Then I'm more curious. Because like I think Singap gets low back pain and I get to get more upper back pain. So together we can make one full back pain.
Lie on it for 10
So
to 30 minutes. Releases
yeah,
endorphins
I'm
that
I'm gonna
block
do it
pain,
with
helps relax muscles in your back, neck, and feet.
yeah.
What's
I'm
quads
gonna do it like
movement?
on this. No idea. I was like, that's when it gets into like a weird, like
Yeah.
made up thing. Um, but I'm gonna put it on a soft surface first so that you don't get the full brunt of it. That's what they
Uh-huh.
recommend. And wash away clothes, and you slowly like upgrade yourself to like full Shaolin Kung Fu torture.
Well, you can report to us
Uh,
once you
yes, I
start
will
using it.
report back.
Yeah.
Alright, so now
Uh,
we haven't covered George's story yet.
Yes, we should do that in the last 10 minutes. We've been going on and on.
Yeah.
It's actually been 2 hours, not 10.
1 hour
Almost
43. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, so much to talk about.
Alright, so George, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So like when I read it, at first I was like, oh, this I'm like fine with it. Like I don't mind, if I disappear from this world and then everyone forgets I exist. I was gonna write something like that. And then I didn't know how to like end it. Then I thought,
Mm-hmm.
wait, this reminds me of the quote, the greatest trick the devil pulled, right? And then I thought, oh, then maybe I can write something about it, and then that's what I came up with. Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked it.
at the start, like I thought it sounded like you,
Uh-huh.
and then like the quote at the end, I was like, oh, this is actually like quite clever. I didn't think of. I totally forgot about that quote.
It's interesting that you say it sounds like George because I thought it sounded like Sam.
Really?
In fact, I was like, yeah, I was like, oh wow, it's like George pretending to be singer, pretending to be New Gaming. like a 3-level situation. Because the topic choice, right? The whole like
Yeah,
God
I
and
mean, I
devil
don't
and things
normally
like
write
that. I was like,
about
oh yeah,
God and
it's a very
devils.
singing topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I liked it a lot. Yeah, I like the use of the quote. I didn't see it coming.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And plus,
then
I was going to congratulate you for getting it done because I thought that you weren't going to make it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, then after that, I was like trying to think like, like what kind of rules could like the devil trick God into like breaking. I mean, it's not important to this story, but I was thinking if I could expand this, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please do expand on your atheist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fantasy stories.
yeah.
Well.
Oh, so you've just linked us a competition from NPR. Well, actually, I don't know. Is it a competition per se? It's for writing
Not
poems.
sure.
Mini
National
poems.
Poetry Month.
Do you guys make any
Yeah.
progress on the other climate fiction?
I think it's due already,
I
right?
dropped it. I could not do it. But let's do this one.
Mini poems.
This seems easier.
Every
Yeah.
April.
I don't think. Have I ever written a poem? I can't even recall if I have.
Maybe not. For
Well, on
this.
Twitter, in
I don't know,
140
favorite.
characters or less. With the
Let's
hashtag
do this. This is a
NPR
nice,
poetry.
polite.
Let's
Okay,
go have a
like
look at,
super
have a
short.
look at some
Yes.
of the
Yeah.
submissions.
Then TikTok. Remember to keep it to no more than 15 seconds, and of course radio friendly. So
I like how they only allow these two social media platforms.
I think they want short entries. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, should we get TikTok just for this?
I mean,
Is this our next prompt?
I guess so.
Yeah, I was thinking we should do this as our next prompt. Then we
TikTok isn't just for dancing.
Man, I need to go and look up
can dance
how to write
and do
a
your-
poem.
Oh yeah, dance and do poems.
slang poem. What do you think?
How to write a poem.
Oh gosh.
Read a lot of poetry. I have
Yeah.
time for that.
Has Neil Gaiman never written a poem? I'll be
Pretty
surprised.
sure he has.
I'm sure he has like in
Neil Gaiman
his stories.
It was an entire book.
Oh wow.
Let's see. Wow, even his poems sound like him, like his stories.
Yeah, I mean, let's give it a shot. NPR
Okay.
poetry. What's the prize anyway?
Wow.
They didn't
I
say.
think the prize is being featured.
Street cred.
Yeah, we'll get featured on one of their podcasts, I
Wow.
guess.
If I read aloud a Neil Gaiman poem, is it copyright?
Probably.
Okay.
Alright.
Cool.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, let's
Cool.
do this. It's I think it's one of those like harder than it looks.
Let me channel my
Probably.
inner Gaiman for this.
I mean, 140 characters. And then you already use, 5 for the hashtag, so.
I think
Yeah.
it
Can
doesn't
you
count.
like put it on a reply?
Hashtags count. No, they just say tweet it with the hashtag.
Yeah, so can you reply to your own tweet with the hashtag? Which
Oh, right. Well,
leaves
they
you room?
did specify 140 characters or less, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the hashtag. You're right. It is say technically say with.
Yeah. So.
So it's -5, so it's 130.
It is longer than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 130, yeah. Oh well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's shout out to our sponsors, New Wave Coffee, which has an NFT on OpenSea if you want to check it out. If you buy his NFT, which I checked, is worth like 7,000 in like minimum bid or something. Or is it maybe I'm incorrect? Let's see here. New Wave Coffee NFT. I literally was looking at it because I was seeing how he set it up. Gosh, I don't even know how to find it right now. But it's like a several $1,000 minimum, but it comes up with a lifetime supply of free New Wave coffee if you buy it. So
7,000.
if you're interested, yeah. But yeah, if you use the coupon code here, you can get 10% off. And I just drank it today too. It's still pretty good. I feel like it actually improved. I've had like several batches, and initial batches, because I drink pretty strong coffee, I thought was on the lighter side, but I think he changed the roast to be a little stronger.
Okay.
So taste-wise, it has improved.
What if people complain like, "Oh shit, it's too strong now"? Because there's no mention of
So
change.
far I don't see that on social media. Yeah,
How do you
but
make
coffee is
a
always
how do you
bad
make a
to
coffee stronger?
roasted form. You can get a deeper flavor. But on the other hand, I did change the way I make it. So I got an AeroPress cover that's a little different. It's by Fellow Products. So it has a valve, like a one-way valve on it too. So it builds a little bit extra pressure. But
Maybe that
essentially now I'm
affected the
making it almost
change.
like a French press. Yeah, probably. I didn't do a double blind test.
Well,
I
if
like
you
it a lot
guys
better.
are interested in buying some Flow State coffee, it's organic ground coffee with L-theanine and raw cacao. It's your go-to morning beverage to lower anxiety, improve brain function, and support creativity. Perfect to kickstart a creative morning and maintain optimal productivity through your workday at the office or at home. Drink whenever your brain needs an energizing flow state. If you use the coupon or the URL in the box below, you can get 10% off your order and a minimum of 2 bags for free shipping anywhere in the world. So yeah, thanks to New Wave for sponsoring this podcast.
Yeah. And if you have your own product, such as pastry making equipment, that you would like to be shouted out, please let us know.
Yeah.
Looking for additional sponsors. And actually soon I will make a code for Honey Ritual as well. If you can visit honeyritual.com, you can check out tea. We're actually going to launch with a new redesign, and we're going to be at the Farmers Market in Mill Valley in May 8th. So that's
in Mid Valley?
Mill Valley.
Mid
in
Valley?
California. No, I don't think so. I think people in Mid Valley would be like, that's weird. But we're selling it to the Americans who are new to the whole idea.
Wait, you say you're going to relaunch the website?
We're gonna redesign. So we have a new packaging.
Oh, why?
Which,
What's wrong with the old one?
Well, we found that the bee logo and that imagery doesn't apply to us anymore, and also people get confused because they think there's honey in the product.
Well,
which
it's
is not
called
about
Honey Ritual.
I know, but it's about the honey red jujubes, not about honey. So
Okay,
this is our new
that's cute.
design, which is a meditating jujube.
Yeah.
And this is the Chinese word for now, for brain, that I was double checking was the correct word.
Yeah. Singu can actually check for you. He's very
Oh,
good.
I can't.
Right? Yeah, so this is our 28 serving pack. And we're using, you can see obviously it's a coffee bag because
Okay,
they're
that's
good
a
at
month.
protecting the product.
Should be a quote.
Yeah, it's a
Drink
month's
it
worth.
now.
Cool.
Yeah, so, yep.
I thought I heard people clapping.
Yeah.
No, it's just me rustling. And this is our new packaging. It's a lot more environmentally friendly and compact compared to the previous one. That's a preview.
Oh, okay.
That looks
I
like
can't show you front yet because I
the
haven't stuck the sticker.
cereal like packet.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very similar to like cereal packet or pineapple cake, but
Oh yeah,
we
pineapple
want people
cake.
to like pour it into the water
Uh-huh.
instead of like having it hiding in the tea bag.
Yeah.
And also, we want to encourage people to eat the inside when it,
Okay.
which I've tried to rephrase a million times in the label, and I'll continue to do so after this call.
All right.
All right.
Thanks to everyone for
Thank
tuning
you, everyone.
in. Hope you guys had fun. See you guys next week.
Yeah. I'll let you know about my computer problem.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, world.
Bye.